Okay, so this is my quick and easy way of making biltong. First we're going to cut the silver side into some nice strips, not too thick, not too thin. That way it doesn't take too long to dry out. And you can eat biltong quicker. This is about 1 kilogram, or a little bit more, 1.2 kilograms of meat. Usually once it's dried you end up with about half of that weight due to the moisture loss as it dries out. Right. Try and cut it so that you leave a strip of fat along the edge of each piece. Otherwise you're going to have one slab of fat and then everything else has no fat on at all. Okay. You'll see the meat is quite pale in color, that's the silver side. What we do is safari biltong seasoning, as you can see. It's quite cheap. I think the small packets sell for about, can't remember. This is 2 kilograms. The small packets are 125 grams or 250 grams, and they're only about 15 rand or 16 rand a packet. So all we do is we sprinkle this on to each side. I'm going to get it fairly well covered. Rub it in a bit, throw it in the bowl. Keep going. Just want to make sure it's evenly covered everywhere. You don't have any dry patches. You can kind of use what's on the board. This is a mixture of all the different spices, flavorings, salt. I think it's got a bit of colorant in as well. Makes the meat look a little more exciting. There's a lot of recipes out there that are very complicated, and all sorts of things about vinegar and soaking and washing, but I found this is the quickest, simplest method, and everybody loves it, and it doesn't last very long. It all ends up getting eaten very quickly, so it seems to work. That piece has just got some membrane on the outside, but that's fine. Okay. So you put it in the bowl, gather up all the extra spice, throw that in there. You might want to sprinkle a bit extra in. I think kind of just toss it like you're tossing a salad. Make sure everything's nicely covered. And that will, the salt in the seasoning will start to draw out moisture from the meat. And at the same time the flavoring goes into the meat. And you'll see the color of that now, it's still quite pale. And we leave that now to sit in the bowl for about an hour, sometimes 2. You can leave it for longer if you like, but it's not really much difference between 1 hour and 3 hours. What I like to do is make sure it's all kind of on top of each other and firmly down. And then we leave that to sit. And we'll come back in an hour and see what it looks like. Right, an hour's passed. Let's have a look at the meat. You can see all the juices have come out, a lot of the blood. Everything that's in the bowl gets left behind. And the meat's taken on a nice brown colour. So, the next step is to move over to the dryer. Okay, so we're at the dryer. If you have a look here, it's just a box with some rods hanging in the top. This is actually my old Biltong dryer that used to have a fan on top and a light globe. But the old incandescent light globes keep on fusing all the time, so I just use it as a box now to hang the meat in. And these are the meat hooks that we use. You can bend a piece of wire, paper clip or whatever to perform the same task. And you just stick the hook through and hang it up. I've lined the bottom of the box with some paper towel which catches any of the drips from the meat in the first few hours as the juices drip off. Basically, you don't want any of the meat to be touching any of the other pieces, otherwise it doesn't dry so well. It can go moldy. I usually cut a silver side roast of about 1.2 kilograms into 8 slices, and that's what we've got here. Just get the last of the juice off there. Stick the last hook through and hang it up. Okay, let's just move this. You can see paper towel there to catch the drips. This box doesn't have a front to it. It used to have a front when it used the original fan, but I found I leave it open. And then I've got this little fan heater, which you can see just has a setting for fan only with no heat. So I'll put the fan on and just put this back here, put something small underneath to angle it up, and it just blows it into the box onto the meat, and it swings away nicely there and dries out. You don't have to use the safari spice. If you make a mixture of salt and pepper, coriander, and throw a little bit of steak and chop spice or barbecue spice into it, it pretty much does the same job. And within 48 hours you'll have medium to dry biltong, perfect, ready to eat. I'll make a little video in 2 days time again once it's dried out. Enjoy.